All right, cool. So now what we're going to do is kind of create something like a sunroof. So what we're going to do is make sure that we're in model and just click the plus sign so we can generate this. So what we're going to do now is to get a empty color palette, and let's go here. Click on attach, and let's make sure that we're still in the face mode. Okay, so what we want to do is to click this twice just to get it thick. Now let's go a little bit under so we can see a little bit easier. Awesome. Now what we want to do is go from face mode to box mode. Click there, go from attach to erase, and we're going to create a square in here. So just do that. And something like that is perfect. Actually, I think I want to make it smaller. So Command Z, and let's do this. And that works. So like there's more area here than there is over there. So I want to just do this. And that's perfect. So what we're going to do now is to stay in box mode, but this time go to attach, and let's open a new color. So this time we want to give it kind of a warm kind of color feel. So let's go for orange, or anywhere around yellow, but I think I want to use orange. Let's create that orange in. And then we're going to go to face mode and just paint that in. So exactly what we want. Now we're just going to go to render. And since we have our orange selected, we can just go to emit, push up our power and emission. And I think I want to push my power up a lot harder, but use a lot less emission just to see how that works. So right now it's affecting too much, so maybe not too much power. Now let's get this on top of this. So to do that, make sure you have this facing down, push it like that. And that's perfect, just like that. Let's go to our render, see how it looks. And let's keep messing with this until we get the right emission. So something like that will work. Now what we want to do is make sure you're right here where it says light and all. Go right here where it says sample, and we want to turn these on. We actually don't want to have our pixelated on, okay? Next thing we're going to do is go here where it says bloom. You'll see that under material on all. Go to bloom and turn that on. We have our mix of 50, that's okay. Our size, we can push that up a little bit. This is what happens if you push it up a lot more. You can see that the light spreads a lot more. We don't really want the size to be that high, so we're just going to keep it around 10, 12. So that works really well. Let's mess with our angle a little bit, see if we can get a better look. And that looks really good. All right, so now let's close the walls on this. But first, before we do that, I actually want to make this darker, okay? So what we want to do is we want to go back into model. And we want to make sure that this is clicked. So we can click over here as well. And what we want to do is to go right here. And this is our pick voxel color. It's kind of like an eyedropper tool. Just make sure that that's on. And what we can do is we want to change the color of this, right? I want to make this darker, but first we have to find it. So as soon as I click on this, you'll see that it will show up exactly where it's located, okay? So this is that. Now I just want to make this a little bit darker, just like that. Awesome. Exactly what we wanted to do. Next thing we're going to do is to just open this mode up, and we're going to do this because now we want to create a wall. So we got that. Let's go to our attach and make sure we're on face mode. Okay. We're going to get a new one and just click right there. Now we got a wall. And now what we want to do is we want to duplicate this so it can be on the other side. And this is really easy. What we're going to do is press this up arrow right here. All right, so when it shows this mode where it shows all the arrows, what you want to do now is to take this arrow that we use to move left and right. You want to press shift on your keyboard, the shift key. And when you do that, you want to click on this arrow and drag it. So now it's an easy way for us to duplicate it. Really, really easy. And here's a tip for you to know as well. Also, here's a tip as well. Whatever you do to this wall, the duplicated wall will do the same exact thing. So let's say I want to change this wall's color, right? Let's say I want to turn it red. The duplicated wall will do the same exact thing. So it's a really neat thing to have, as well as let's say you don't want to have this emulating what that wall is doing, right? What you can actually do is make this its own unique wall. So what we want to do is move this out the way, and you go here where it says boolean, and then you want to do union. So after you do union on this, it'll actually make this one unique from that one. So then when you add a different color to this, it won't be the same as that. And what you want to do for that to happen is just click right here where it has the down arrow. Go to your paint, your region replace tool, and we'll just get a unique color. So let's go for that. And just like that, you can just duplicate your own little voxel and change the color. Easy. We'll just get rid of these and bring them right back. Make a new one, put it right there, give it this one right here. We'll just attach, go back here, shift, drag, and there's that. Next thing we're going to do now is to go right here, click on render, and I want to make this a little bit darker. So what we're going to do is, you see right here where it says sky, we want to take it from the uniform lighting to the atmospheric scattering. So click this, and it's looking a lot more better to me. All right, so let's get to the next part. All right, so for this part, I actually want to change the color of my sunroof to make it match this a little bit more, as well as I want to add in another glass layer, and we're going to put that on our sunroof, okay? So let's go to model, and then what we're going to do is just press plus. Let's get that to the left, and we're going to get another empty color. Press this down. Make sure we're on attach and make sure we're also on face mode. Let's just put that in. This is going to be our glass. So what we're going to do is to go back into render, make sure that this is highlighted because that's what we're going to be touching. We're going to go to glass and let's get this transparency up. Let's go back to our model and we're going to bring this under our sunroof. So that looks really good to me. We can just mess with our IOR a little bit more. That's really nice. Get rid of some of this roughness, maybe even all of it. Nah, I think I like some of that to come back in. Something like that. Now we're going to mess with this light. So if you remember, our light is orange and this is the orange right there. So once we click on it, we can actually start messing with it. And I'm thinking I want to get rid of some of that warmth from the orange and I want to turn it a little more calm blue. So we're going to go to our H, bring it to the blue. Let's mess with our S. And our V, I want to make it darker. I'm really liking that. What I want to do is to push up our power a little bit, make it really shine, and then we're going to lower our emission. So that looks really dope. What we're going to do next is to actually start creating our character, and we're going to add that character into this once it's done. Okay, so let's do that part.